Okay, this is Bonnie, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the 1950s. So, my first question was what mode of transportation was most common? Like, was it a bus or a train or cars?
Um, it was a bus. Most of us took buses, but if you had a car, that was great. If you had an old Chevy, uh, the ones that had cars were just the most popular, wonderful. We did a lot of walking, but there were some wonderful old cars that now would probably be worth a lot of money.
Yeah. So, cars weren't very common.
They were common. I mean, we had cars in family, but in families, but kids didn't have a lot of cars.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
high school kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones that. So our mode of transportation was either walking, buses, or riding in these great cars if we could get a ride home. Yeah.
Okay, my next one is what was your favorite family tradition or family activity?
Okay, in the 50s, we would go on Monday nights. You could go to Dee's Hamburger, which now was McDonald's, but it was Dee's Hamburger, and you could get hamburgers for 10 cents.
Oh, wow.
So 10 cents we could get a hamburger, and 15 cents we could get a shake. And fries were like 5 or 10 cents.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? And so we would all pile in the car because we had 8 kids, and we would pile in the car and go and get hamburgers for 10 cents.
Well, that sounds like so much fun.
It was so fun. It was really fun. And then there are some places in Bountiful that still, that are still around. That in high school we would go and we would meet.
Where's Henry Jane?
I think he's in the gym. Oh yeah, well that sounds fun. So what did you have like a favorite movie or favorite TV show, radio program?
The 50s, let's see, Tammy, Debbie Reynolds was in Tammy. The movies in the 50s were very innocent. Most of them are G-rated now if they were given a rating.
So not like today.
Not like today. And they were pretty uplifting. And if there was a movie that was just a little more not risque, it would still get a G rating today because and the music was very there were no you could listen to any song and there would not be any lyrics that you would that would have double meanings, or they were all just standing on the corner watching all the girls go by. That was probably one of the most popular. Hi, how are you? And so it was just a very innocent age. It was Happy Days, the Happy Days, if you've ever watched that on TV, and the dresses and everything were so modest. Everyone.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I know. It was so, we wore skirts and dresses to school.
Yeah, that's awesome. So my next one is what inventions or new ideas did you enjoy?
TV was big.
Oh yeah, I know it got really popular in the 50s.
Yes, and so we had a TV, and it was at Grandma's house, and where her, now they have that big room where the TV is, but it was a little room, about just a small bedroom with hardwood floors, and we would sit on the hardwood floors, and we would watch a TV that was just probably, 12 for black and white. And we would watch the hit parade, and they'd have all the popular songs of the week.
Oh, that sounds so
And
much fun.
it was so fun. And my dad would just say, "Quiet, quiet, Dorothy Collins is on." And the songs were like This Old House. I mean, just funny songs that were just so innocent. And it was The Four Freshmen, and it was Paul Anka and Jim and Johnny Mathis. So the love songs were just very, just romantic and super fun.
Oh, that's so sweet. My next one is like, how did you find out about current events? Like, did you read the newspaper, or was like maybe a TV program?
Radio mostly.
Yeah.
We did get news on TV, but mostly it was radio.
Okay, so that's how the news got around.
Yeah, so no computers or anything, and then in school, we would take current event classes, and what we would do is cut newspapers. We'd cut out articles from the newspaper, and we'd bring them to school and talk about it. So, yeah.
And my last one is, I know there was like some civil rights like movements. It started kind of in the 50s. So how did that affect you?
It seemed so far away
Yeah.
and so distant because I was living here, and so to see even a black person was the only black person I remember seeing was at the Hotel Utah, which is now the Smith Building, and he was the maitre d', and that's the only black person that I ever saw.